exciting plans for Tobago. Tobago Business Chamber calls for the re-implementation of Ministry of Tobago Affairs. Fisherfolk call for their outstanding compensation and Indian Arrival Day being celebrated with historic milestone. Good evening, I am Kristen Solandi. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Thursday, 29th of May, 2025. Now to our top story. During an exclusive interview on our Good Morning Tobago program, the Acting Commissioner of Police spoke about many issues, including the murder toll for the year thus far and the increase in school-related violence. Regarding school-related violence, he stated that the TTPS is taking it seriously. AMPLIA Balgobin has the details.
Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin reported a decrease in homicide cases from 32 to 33%. He also spoke about the country's murder rate.
As we stand today, we have at least 158 murders. When you compare to last year, we had at least 231 murders. And I think in the following year, we had 240, in 2023, 241 and 231 respectively. And I'm saying that because when you recognize that we are almost 6 months into the year and we are still at 158, I think we should be very thankful to God, and also we need to commend the police officers.
With the rise in school-related violence, the acting commissioner said many of these issues stem from challenges students face at home. He noted that the pain they experience often leads to them hurting others.
What the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, what we are doing presently is that we are seeking to, get into the schools, and while we're there, we are going to ensure that we have the police officers, the community policing officers going into the school and speaking to the children as to the consequences of their actions. We believe if we educate the children, they are going to at least have a greater understanding of what is or what needs to be done so that they can change their behavior. At the same time, we also have our youth clubs that are there as alternative course of action.
Benjamin hopes that through this course of action, there will be a noticeable decrease in school-related violence. AMPLIA Balgobin, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Tobago Business Chamber has commended the ongoing discussions between the Tobago House of Assembly and the recently elected Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, noting that they align with the provisions of the THA Act. Chairman of the Chamber, Martin George, is also advocating for the re-establishment of the Ministry of Tobago Affairs, led by a dedicated minister, to enhance the efficiency of information sharing, communication, and implementation between the central government and the THA.
In the past, we've had a Ministry of Tobago Affairs, and it might be something worth considering implementing by this new government to, foster that bridge for communications, because the Prime Minister will not always be personally available to meet with the leaders in Tobago or, the business sector or, the interest groups in Tobago. But
Trinidad and Tobago is currently experiencing a significant foreign exchange crisis that has been escalating over the past decade. The shortage of US dollars and other foreign currencies is impacting businesses, consumers, and the broader economy.
One of the things that we of the Tobago Business Chamber would also want to highlight and emphasize would be the immediate and unconditional repeal of the Foreign Investment Act. We have to remember Trinidad and Tobago is in a severe foreign exchange crisis. This act has stifled and crippled all direct foreign investment into Tobago since the year 2008. There's no good reason whatsoever for it to remain on the books. And we are therefore calling upon the Honorable Prime Minister to take steps to immediately see that this act is repealed.
President of the All Tobago Fisherfolk Association, Curtis Douglas, and the President of the Lambo Fishing Association, Samati Ramkisoon, are claiming victimization and nepotism by the Tobago House of Assembly. They said that Tobago's fisherfolk have not been fully compensated for the losses incurred as a result of the February 7, 2024 oil spill.
President of the All Tobago Fisherfolk Association, Curtis Douglas, has once again voiced his concerns about Tobago's fishing industry, highlighting what he describes as growing victimization and nepotism.
My name is Curtis Douglas, the President of All Tobago Fisherfolk, also the President of Plymouth Fisherfolk. And this morning, I'm here this morning to convey some concerns that has been brewing for quite some times in the fishing industry in Tobago, where we've seen a level of victimization and nepotism seems to increase against the fisherfolks in Tobago.
Samati Ramkisoon, President of Lambo Fisherfolk, raised concerns about payment for fisherfolk.
I want to know the rest of money when they paying fishermen it. The rest of money are when they paying vendors, we is affected. Scarborough is not affected like we. Let me tell you something. When they share the $1,000 food grant, it's food grant they call it.
Yes, a grant.
It's only 2 of my members. I have about 30 to 35 members in Lambo. And only 2 of my members did not get that $1,000. You know why? One was in Trinidad and the next one coming from country. So they reached late. So if we didn't get affected, how come we get that $1,000 to help you out? That is my question I asked him. Somebody answer that for me, please.
Douglas raised concerns about the transparency and fairness in the distribution of oil spill compensation funds, whether payments were selectively issued ahead of the elections, and if political favoritism influenced who received assistance.
I'm calling on the transparency in all that money they would have took and paid their friends. One, Mr. Farley Chavez, is it true that you tried to pay the fishermen some of the fishermen before election? And why it is that you would have made some utterances and said it's only Lambo and Scarborough you would have been paid, and people outside of Lambo and Scarborough would have been paid, yes, but selective few. Yes. Is this a level of nepotism that we are seeing developing under your leadership as the Chief Secretary?
Douglas thanked the media for highlighting the plights of those who often go unheard. He also thanked the community for placing their trust in him to speak on their behalf and acknowledge the sense of purpose that his role brings. Kimberly Mitchell, Tobago Updates Television News.
We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Do you think you know Premier League or Champions League football? What about international cricket or the IPL and CPL? How about NBA basketball? Well, now you can put your skills to work to earn some extra cash by betting on the games with TT Bet Arena. Simply go to our website, choose a sport you want to bet on, find the games and place your bets. And with your computer or mobile device, you can bet from anywhere. Just go to ttbetarena.com, sign up for a free account, make a deposit, and start betting. It's that simple. You can even qualify for our $2,000 sign-up bonus. We also have horse racing, plus live casino games where you can bet using TT dollars. And check our new Tobago location at 7B Milford Road, Crown Point. For more info, call or WhatsApp 494-0634. TT Bet Arena, the #1 sports betting company in Trinidad and Tobago.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Tobago, this is your chance to lock in the brunch experience of the summer. Sun Up.
Real bad girl, get nasty.
The brunch inclusive edition, the ultimate party in the East, where vibrant flavors, refreshing cocktails, and electrifying vibes collide. It's happening on Saturday, July 5th from 3 p.m. at Deltec Compound, Argyle. Bring your coolers, bring your crew, and brunch, sip, and vibe in style. This is the flavorful escape you've been waiting for. Grab your tickets now at Barcode, Harblow Supermarket, Lost Restaurant and Lounge, Deltec Compound, and committee members. Sun Up. It's more more than a brunch. It's an experience.
Saving up to go. Anything we not backing down, like a bomb we ready to explode. Ain't gonna wait until my back against the wall. Ain't gonna.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Thanks for staying with us. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service recently concluded a 2-week intensive firearm training program in the Tobago Division. The training, which took place from May 12th to 23rd, focused on the MP5 submachine gun and the Galil assault rifle. Officers underwent a demanding series of drills designed to test and enhance their weapon proficiency, ranging from tactical handling to live fire exercises. But it wasn't just about trigger time. The TTPS made sure the use of force policy was front and center, reinforcing the legal and ethical responsibilities that come with carrying and operating firearms. Officers who met all the criteria were awarded certificates of completion, recognizing their dedication to professionalism and public safety. This latest round of training is part of a broader TTPS strategy to modernize policing practices, preparing them for challenges in the field. The TTPS has committed to similar training initiatives nationwide to raise the level of professionalism and operational readiness within the force. In a targeted anti-crime operation aimed at curbing illegal migration, officers of the Southwestern Division arrested 14 undocumented Venezuelan nationals on May 22nd along the rugged coastline near the Erin Village Fishing Depot. Reporter Joel Green George has more details.
Acting on a tip-off, officers discovered a group of individuals, including 2 infants, a teenager, and several adults ranging in age from 18 to 47, attempting to evade detection after allegedly entering Trinidad and Tobago unlawfully via Erin. The operation was led by Senior Superintendent Thompson and is the latest interception on a growing list of attempts by foreign nationals. Over recent months, the Twin Island Republic has seen a steady increase in illegal border crossings, raising ongoing national security and humanitarian concerns. In April, an operation in Icacos led to the detention of 9 undocumented immigrants, while Coast Guard patrol off Cedrus earlier this year intercepted 2 vessels attempting to smuggle persons into the country. According to ACAPS, By November 2023, approximately 44,800 Venezuelan migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers were living in Trinidad and Tobago. This is the highest per capita population of Venezuelans in the Caribbean as at 2024. As investigations continue, the detained individuals are expected to be processed and possibly repatriated pending immigration reviews. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
Switching gears. As Trinidad and Tobago prepare to observe Indian Arrival Day holiday tomorrow, the Tobago Hindu Society is making waves both spiritually and culturally. On Saturday, May 24th, the Society hosted its annual Indian Arrival Day celebration at Gulf City Mall in Lowlands, Tobago, drawing a vibrant crowd in celebration of over 179 years since the first Indian indentured laborers arrived in Trinidad and Tobago. Reporter Joel Green George has the details.
The event ran from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. featuring music, dance, cultural presentations, and honored special guests, including a representative of the High Commissioner of India, Mr. Ajit Kumar Nirula, Second Secretary, Councillor and Community Affairs, Dr. Ellis Boris of the Baha'i Faith, President of the Interreligious Org, Assistant Secretary for the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Niall George, representing the Chief Secretary and recently appointed Administrator, Shelley Trim. But the evening's most powerful message came from Tobago Hindu Society, President Pulwati Bipath, who shared exciting news about the long-awaited Hindu Mandir currently under construction on the island.
Construction, and we want to acknowledge the tremendous support we have received from the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, the Honorable Fali Chavez Agustin, the URP workers, the National Commission for Self-Help, and all our dedicated sponsors who have assisted in donating materials and cash in the construction of our temple. We are looking at the end of the year for completion of this temple.
Construction of Tobago's first Hindu temple began back in 2019, and it's expected to open its doors by December 2025, marking a monumental step for the Hindu community in Tobago, an island where religious representation and inclusion continue to grow. Tobago's recognition of the holiday through events like this one hosted by the Hindu Society highlights a growing commitment to inclusion and multicultural celebration. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, yeah? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but I be cousin Tufina tell me for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driven? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me picnic them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trade Springer down by the page down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products, it's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who is your family. You know Edna and Doka and them, you know them. But you resemble them Edward boy and them Edward people, them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russell Tree Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Welcome back. Residents and businesses in parts of Bacalet, Tobago are facing an unplanned water interruption due to mechanical repairs at the Bacalet Well number 5. The disruption affects Government House Road, Friendsfield, Darrell Spring, French Fort, Calder Hall, and surrounding areas. The Water and Sewage Authority WASA has advised that restoration is expected by 11 p.m. on Friday, May 30th, 2025, a public holiday when many are at home. The weather report is up next. Stay with us.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Courts is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Courts Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Courts Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight is expected to be mostly fair apart from 1 or 2 isolated showers. Tonight's temperature is expected to drop to 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, a few cloudy patches at times accompanied by spotty showers will interrupt mostly fair and breezy conditions. There is a low chance of an odd thunderstorm. Daytime temperatures are expected to reach 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 34 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, with waves 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:38 and the sunset is at 6:22. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. And here's a recap of the headlines. Assistant Commissioner of Police discusses crime-fighting plans for Tobago. Tobago Business Chamber calls for the re-implementation of Ministry of Tobago Affairs. Fisherfolk call for their outstanding compensation, and Indian Arrival Day being celebrated with historic milestone. I am Kristen Salandi. Thank you for joining us and have a great weekend.